buckets and the cams and half of this side's timing chain. So I'll get to it. First, I need to clean up some sections actually. Make sure everything sits in there right. Just finish it up. These sections, make sure we're all cleaned up and ready to go. Another section. These are nice and cleaned up. There's no gunk left on it. See, yeah, that's what you want to do. Make sure there's no gunk left on it, so it sits in there nice. What we're gonna do is we're gonna oil these, so we can have them slide in there nice and easy. Like if you don't have the right angle, they don't want to go in. Let's move on to the next one. Oh yeah, look at those. I'll make sure these are nice and clean so when you put them back in, they don't rub. And that's what I'm just going to do for both sides, is I'm just going to oil these up and put them in there. As you can see, that's what I did with that. And I'll be back with you guys when I put the cams back on. Alright, we're back. I was able to put all the buckets in. Now what we're going to do now is put the cams on. I'm going to do with this one first, because this side you need to do the timing chain. So, fortunately for me, this timing chain tensioner did not come with a holder, so I ended up having to pull this one off from another line. I guess that's I don't even know where that just dropped to. But anyways, this I'm going to put in there. I noticed I couldn't really figure out the since it's been apart for a while, this side is supposed to be facing that way. So let me go ahead and tighten these bad boys up real quick. Where's my extension? Oh wait, these are hot. It's starting to get hot outside. It's about noon now. It's almost like 95 degrees. That's fun. throw that. And we're just going to tighten these on, just like so. Question is that boy gonna fit in there? So I'm having problems trying to fucking do this. Okay. You wanna sit in there right or what? Or do I have it in there wrong? Here, let's go ahead and pull these out a little bit more. So it doesn't want to sit down there, huh? So does it go in this way? Or am I just special ed? So I'm pretty sure that goes there. But it just does not want to go in there. Oh? Don't tell me this is the wrong timing chain tensioner too. Oh. Let's go find out if this is the right size. Okay. Oh, they're the right size, so I'm just having trouble putting it in there, I guess. I don't get why this is not wanting to sit in there. I feel like this is just too tall or something. Huh. Well, guess I'll have to get back to you guys when I get this in there. Alright, we're back. To get that in there. So what I ended up doing was just doing a half turn for each side over and over again until it actually ran pretty flush. So that's something. Next, what I was going to do was the cams. Now with this, out of all the cams, the one that's the longest is going to be on the left head, right side. The other one will be a different one. You can tell the difference because it has this right here, this extra long piece, and this. That will be for that side right there, for the left side of the head. Now before we do anything, see those little notches right in there? You want to line those notches up with this one right there. This other one. The other one I believe you have to line up with this bolt right there. But before you do that, you're going to need the chain on it. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the chain on. And you can tell these two have the two little blue marks right there. You want to take that one, line that up as best you can with this one. Then you want this other cam under here. Before each one of these. Oil up that, oil up this, oil up these, that, oil up these. Want to lube up the worms. Want your best to have that blue one and that other blue one line up with these actually. So this is pretty much almost dead on center. And it's a little bit harder since I can't just simply pull a tab to release the tension on that tensioner. So it's going to be a little bit harder to get this thing lined up correctly. This is nice and oiled up now. All I have to do is just make sure that this perfectly along with the top right there. So that's what you want to do for that side of the cam. Now I gotta put the cam caps back on. For those, we got these. And so what I've noticed, exhaust on the left, intake on the right, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they have arrows down at the very bottom of the cam caps that show that they need to be facing towards the timing chain. You always need to mark them up and everything like that. You don't want to have these in the wrong spots. But now what we're going to do is we're going to put some oil on the caps, line the caps along the way, and there's going to be a specific pattern that you've got to put these on. But first what you want to do is you just want to put the cams on as hand tight as possible, and then you torque them down from there. And each bolt on them are going to be at about 8.5 pounds of feet. So we'll go ahead and start putting these bad boys on. Some oil on them. Some oiled up. That one back here. not all the way down tight. As you can see, there's still play room. That's what you want. You want that play room. Time for the intake side. These suckers are getting hot. One important thing that I want to say is when you're tighten these cam caps back up, you don't want the actual cams to move. You want to always make sure that these are still lined up at all possible times with top dead center. So keep that in mind. These are hot and hot. Wow. Talk about getting really hot outside. Like I said before, always want to make sure that these are still lined up with the rest of the thing. Just like so. I'll go ahead and hand tighten all of these, and then I will be back with the tightening procedures.